After World War II, the U.S. Army developed the M56 Scorpion self-propelled gun, SPG, a unique weapon designed to support airborne units amid the escalating Cold War. Unlike conventional self-propelled guns, the M56 Scorpion lacked protective armor to optimize its mobility and firepower. This weapon could be airlifted, allowing it to be dropped alongside paratroopers directly behind opponent lines. The creation of the M56 reflected lessons learned from World War II, where paratroopers revealed vulnerabilities against opponent armored forces. Previous solutions, such as the M22 Locust Light Tank or towed artillery, were unable to fulfill the need for fast, agile combat units. In this context, the U.S. Army recognized an urgent requirement for a lightweight, self-propelled anti-tank system capable of providing effective fire support on the battlefield. The development project, designated T-101, was initiated around 1950 under the supervision of the Ordnance Department. Cadillac Motor Car Division, part of General Motors, was selected as the primary contractor. The design called for an ultra-lightweight vehicle that could be transported by glider, transport aircraft, or helicopter, with mobility on challenging terrain such as mud, snow, and sand, and powerful firepower from a 90mm M54 anti-tank gun. The target specifications included a weight of approximately 8 tons, a maximum speed of 25 miles per hour, and an operational range of about 100 miles. A hallmark of the M56, its almost complete lack of armor protection, was a direct result of the air transport requirement. To ensure it was light enough to be airdropped, designers were forced to remove most of the armor, resulting in a very lightweight and vulnerable vehicle. The T-101 development process took about 5 to 6 years, with costs nearing $2.5 million USD. The project was briefly delayed due to competition from the SS-MA-23 DART anti-tank missile program. However, as DART failed to meet deployment requirements, the Army decided to proceed with the M56. The first prototype was completed in either 1952 or 1955, and the M56 Scorpion was officially introduced into service between 1955 and 1958. Mass production ran from 1953 to 1959, with the basic production version maintaining the T-101 design, with only minor changes to the radio location, recoil dampeners, and gun shield. The US M56 Scorpion self-propelled gun features a minimalist design with a riveted aluminum alloy chassis and a mounting platform for the gun, aimed at optimizing weight for air-dropping missions. The vehicle has an entirely open-top configuration offering no protection for the crew, while the engine is positioned at the front. The main weapon of the M56 is the 90mm M54 gun, similar to those equipped on heavy tanks like the M47. The gun is mounted on an M88 mount capable of manual horizontal rotation within a 30-degree range and elevation from -10 to +15 degrees. The vehicle carries 29 rounds of ammunition and lacks secondary weapons like machine guns. The ammunition types include armor-piercing, high-explosive, hollow charge, and smoke shells. The power system includes the Continental AOI 400-5 or AOI 400-35 engine, a 6-cylinder opposed engine generating approximately 200 horsepower, combined with the automatic Allison CD 154 transmission. The M56 achieves a maximum speed of around 45 kilometers per hour with an operational range of up to 230 kilometers per hour despite its high fuel consumption. The M56's mobility is supported by the T-103 rubber-reinforced metal track system with low ground pressure that allows the vehicle to move efficiently over soft terrain. The vehicle can cross a trench up to 1.2 meters wide, climb a 60% slope, and ford water up to 1.1 meters deep, with an overall length of approximately 5.84 meters, a width of 2.57 meters, and a height of 2.05 meters. The M56's combat weight ranges from 7.1 to 7.7 tons, equivalent to a large car. The crew consists of 4 members, operating entirely exposed with minimal protection. The vehicle is equipped with a 5mm steel shield in front of the gun to protect against shrapnel Standard equipment on the M56 includes an infrared light for night driving and a radio system. To achieve the ultra-lightweight design, the vehicle eliminates almost all armor protection using aluminum alloys and lightweight rubber materials extensively. The M56 Scorpion stands as a testament to bold and innovative engineering solutions crafted to fulfill the demanding air transportation requirements of the Cold War era, with a clear emphasis on mobility and firepower achieved through a lightweight and compact design, even if that meant placing less focus on protective features. The M56 Scorpion, despite its lightweight and mobile design, faced significant weaknesses that hindered its combat effectiveness. The lack of armor protection was the most critical issue, as the vehicle provided almost no defense for the crew and essential components. This left the M56 highly vulnerable to small arms fire, artillery shrapnel, and mines, while the exposed crew was at a high risk of casualties. The 90mm gun system mounted on the M56's lightweight chassis also caused severe recoil, lifting the front tracks off the ground with each shot, making it difficult to reacquire the next target. The crew members often had to dismount to reposition the gun before firing again, reducing combat efficiency. Additionally, the manual gun control system was slow, and the limited ammunition capacity of just 29 rounds further increased the inconvenience during extended combat engagements. The M56 also suffered from poor ergonomics, with the crew operating in an exposed, uncomfortable environment. While it offered significant mobility, the vehicle's maximum speed was only 45 kilometers per hour, and its hill climbing ability was limited. Furthermore, the vehicle's lightweight design increased the risk of overturning in complex combat environments. Overall, the M56 Scorpion serves as a clear example of prioritizing specialized capabilities over survivability. While it met the theoretical requirements for firepower and mobility, its minimal armor and limited protection in actual combat scenarios left it highly vulnerable, particularly in unpredictable battlefield conditions. This specialization, which allowed the M56 to effectively carry out fire support roles in Vietnam, underscores the tension between practical combat needs and vehicle design, where survivability is a critical consideration on almost any battlefield. The M56 Scorpion, anti-tank self-propelled gun, with production numbers ranging from 160 to 325 units, was primarily deployed with the U.S. Army's airborne units. The M56 was first deployed in Vietnam in 1965, with the 173rd Airborne Brigade being the primary unit using the vehicle in combat. Initially designed as a mobile anti-tank vehicle for paratroopers, the M56 quickly had to adapt to the realities of the combat environment in Vietnam, where the threat of opponent tanks was minimal. Instead, it primarily assumed the role of providing fire support for infantry and fortifications, especially in base defense and patrol missions. However, its lightweight design and lack of armor protection made the M56 vulnerable to opponent fire, while the strong recoil of the gun diminished its overall combat effectiveness. Beyond the United States, the M56 was exported to several countries, with Morocco being the only nation to use the M56 in combat, especially during the Western Sahara War, where its mobility and firepower proved useful. Spain also used the M56 in its Marine Corps from 1966 to 1970, while South Korea received the vehicles but did not put them into service. The M56's service life largely ended in countries requiring mobile firepower suited for asymmetric warfare, though it also highlighted the shortcomings of its design when deployed in environments that did not align with its initial intended use. The M56 Scorpion anti-tank self-propelled gun was developed in the post-World War II years as an effort by the U.S. Army to equip airborne forces with powerful, mobile anti-tank firepower that could be airlifted. The design of the M56 was a bold compromise, prioritizing a 90mm gun and ultra-lightweight construction by almost completely eliminating armor protection. While it met initial technical requirements, the realities of the battlefield, especially in Vietnam, quickly exposed serious limitations. The lack of armor made the crew extremely vulnerable, while the strong recoil of the gun on the lightweight chassis made accurate shooting difficult. In practice, the M56's role shifted from anti-tank to infantry fire support, a mission for which the vehicle was not optimal. The M56 had a short service life before being replaced by the M551 Sheridan. However, it still holds a notable place in U.S. armored vehicle history, serving as a prime example of the challenges in balancing firepower, mobility, and protection. Although it was not a long-term success, the M56 left important lessons for the development of the next generation of light combat vehicle.